Hi Taurus, it's Rebecca from Being Human Tarot, and I'm here with your September 2018 reading. I'm keeping the same format that I did last month, which was the 3-card spread, with the first card indicating what to focus on this month, the second card indicating what to set aside for the month, and the third card indicating just an additional factor for the month. I'm not doing an oracle card, kind of like bonus drawing like I did last month, just because I'm trying to get all the videos done. I'm running behind. But I did really like that from last month, and so I'm going to do that in the future when I'm a bit more organized. So this month I'm reading with Kim Kranz's Wild Unknown deck, which if you follow tarot, I'm sure you're very familiar with because it's a very popular deck. And yeah, that's it. So I'll get right into your reading. In your first card, you in your position of what to focus on this month, you drew the Father of Pentacles reversed. So the Father of Pentacles or the King of Pentacles is really, he's an earth sign like you. So he's very grounded, and he can be sort of a very in control, methodical, logical, let's follow like A, B, and C to get this done. So again, Taurus, that's something that you can probably relate to a lot. I'm a Virgo, I'm also an earth sign, so I can relate to that a lot too. But with him showing up as reversed on your focus for this month, it's showing that there's a lack of his needed presence for you right now this month. And so it could be that, in the different ways that Pentacles tends to show up, Pentacles can be family stuff. So it could be that at home you're just feeling a little bit scattered, you're not as together, you're not as cohesive with other family members if you live with other people. It could be at work, because it's another way that Pentacles really manifest is through jobs. You're not getting what you want out of work, or maybe because of not getting what you want out of work, you're in a little bit of an agitated, kind of off-center space where you're just not doing your best work anymore because maybe you're a bit jaded. It could be financial things too. Maybe you made a few missteps with purchases, or maybe your budget hasn't been on point lately, and so you just need to tighten that up. And so those are kind of like the 3 or 4 main categories of where you could do work to like become more of the upright King of Pentacles or Father of Pentacles. So that's going to be kind of your focus for the month, is to get back on track in whichever one of those areas makes the most sense for you. You already are like at least halfway there, or because it's showing up as your focus at all, it is showing that you're doing, like you're there, but you're not there like where you need to be there, if that makes sense. It's kind of like a wishy-washy way to say that, but it's not like it's the complete reverse. It's not like if it were upright you would be perfect, and the fact that it's reversed means it's the exact opposite. It does not mean that. So it just means that you kind of like, you're on your way to being here, but you just need a little tightening up in certain areas. You just need a little bit you need to do more work in a certain area, or potentially more than one area that I mentioned. So that's your focus. For what to set aside this month, you drew the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands is a dark card. I mean, I don't mean like metaphorically. I mean, it's actually a dark card. It's all black and gray. You can't see a lot. And it's kind of like, because it's a 10, it's sort of like the final, or it is, it's not sort of. I shouldn't qualify so many things with kind of or sort of, but it's just an affect that I can't seem to let go of. But it's about struggle, and it's about persisting. And as I was saying, like as the 10, it's the end in that suit for the minor arcana, and in this case for wands. So as a set aside, you want to not focus, even though you are doing some work on yourself this month, you want to not focus on it being so overburdened that you can barely see out, if that makes sense. And because it's wands, it's particularly creative, so if your work is creative, then that could have a pretty direct correlation with the King of Pentacles here. Because if you look at this, and it's very subtle, but it's very hard to see out of this sort of like forest of, it's not really even a forest, it's just a bunch of twigs and branches. But if you look like right in the center, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. You can actually kind of begin to start seeing your way out. And so the message here with this card and your position of what to set aside is that you don't want sort of these overwhelming things that are happening this month in terms of you were just working really hard and you have some blocked creativity. And you don't want any of that stuff to seem like it's the overdriving force. You don't want to get sucked into that being the main thing, because the main thing is actually you're doing pretty well, and you just need to make some adjustments to your current game plan, but you're not here. So I feel like you're being a bit hard on yourself and what's going on, and so just kind of try to set aside these like notions of we're not getting anywhere, you can't see your way out, it's very hard. Like, you actually can, and this is not where you are, and so you don't want to sort of like negative self-talk yourself into believing that it is, if that makes sense. And so for your card of additional consideration, you drew the World. And so I think that that's really kind of, the World is sort of I said sort of, but it is the final card in the Major Arcana. So it's, again, yeah, so we have a couple of final, this is, the final card in the Minor Arcana for the suit of Wands, so it's much lesser, where a Major Arcana final card is a big deal. And I think it's kind of a reminder that what you're going through is all worth it, because you're making your way to this place where once you get your other stuff on lock, you're going to create this home and this existence for yourself. That's what you want. It's with the people surrounding you, who you want to be with. It's a very loving situation. You feel very satisfied. And so it's really kind of a reminder, I think, here in your position of additional considerations, that your end goal is still very much real and present, and you're making good progress toward it. So just keep that in mind. Don't be too hard on yourself, and don't get blocked by this, and like keep your eyes kind of like on the prize sort of thing, and you're gonna be good. So that's your reading for this month. I hope that you found it helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. If you hit the bell icon next to subscribe, You'll get notified as soon as I upload all of the videos for each month, which I do before the 1st of every month, so that you'll get a little bit of time with them to take a look and see what's coming up for you. Okay, so with that, I'm going to pause this and pan down so that you can see the 3 cards all next to each other, because it's good for visual people, and these cards are also just like beautiful, so you might want to look at them like one last time. And that's it. See you next month, Taurus. So you can see here your Father of Pentacles reversed, your 10 of Wands, and your World card. Thanks for tuning in.